You know who I feel bad for?
Go on.
The victims in a murder mystery.
Go on.
You know those old TV shows where you had like a fun pair of mismatched detectives every week investigating a murder? Or you know those old 40s movies where the guy's always smoking cigars and over-narrating his life story? The city was a greasy stain of grit and soot on the pit of humanity. And then she walked in, all pink champagne and lace. And here I was, cheap scotch in Murder Alley. You know what I'm talking about, Doc?
I almost never do, but you usually get around to a point eventually, so I'm just trying to follow along for now.
So anyway, you have this whole genre of fiction, right? I mean, even before there was movies, people would write books, right? Like Miss Mapleberry on a train in Egypt. Witnesses of murder, you know? So you have these bumbling, wisecracking detectives, right? Trying to solve murders of people, right? You know, like if I was an alien observing this from the outside, I would think, wow, this culture really doesn't value human life. They have a whole entertainment industry driven by murdering people.
So what you're saying is you feel a great empathy for the victims in these fictional stories.
I mean, I don't feel bad for them. I mean, I know they're not real people, but I do wonder why nobody on the show feels bad for them. I mean, the whole story is driven by someone dying, right? And for whatever reason, the crime is being investigated by a mismatched pair of private investigators called Spider and the Fly. Only they're cartoons, and the trick is that Spider is a fly and Fly's a spider. One is an old-timey private investigator from the streets who thinks it's all gumption and shoe leather. And then the flashy new young maverick who's going to show him how it's done. And they go to some old rich guy has died, and for whatever reason, they're the only ones that can investigate it, right? And like everyone that they talked to was, you know, like the guy's family. And all of them are just going about their business. Like, I'm sorry you had this huge shock to your life, but, you know, tell me all your family secrets, right? You know, I feel sorry for that guy. I want my life to mean more than that.
More than the fictional rich person who neglected his family.
Well, sometimes, yeah. Or he's like the little brother of the lady that comes into the guy's office, you know? She was looking for the guy who offed her kid brother. He was found dead in an alley. Poor kid never stood a chance. About as much a chance as any two-bit hood rat in Murder Alley.
Does he actually live in a place called Murder Alley?
Are you still with me here, Doc?
I'm wondering if this is an actual movie.
No, man, I'm just like making it up. You know, this is like all the movies are exactly like that.
Well, unless you're really having trouble dealing with this, let's move on to a new topic. Last time you were in here, we talked about you trying to be a little more social. How's that been going?
Okay, I guess. A friend of mine took me out to a little venue to hear a friend of hers perform. He's a musician of some kind. I mean, it's a mid-sized venue. There's about 100 people in there. And this guy was fairly popular because everybody seemed to know all of the songs. I'd never heard of them. But at one point, he's doing this one song and everybody's singing along with him. And he kind of steps back and holds the microphone out to the crowd and let them sing the song. You can see he's kind of moved by this, and the crowd just loved it.
Well, that sounds like a nice evening.
Well, here's the thing, though, Doc. I didn't sing along. I didn't know the song, but even more than that, I object to having to do this guy's job for him. You know what I mean, Doc? It's like, I'm not here to perform for you. I don't get paid for this.
You seem to have very strong feelings about this.
I mean, who does that? I mean, like you're going in for surgery and the surgeon's going to hand you the scalpel and say, you know your spleen better than anybody else, you know?
So I guess this kind of ruined the evening.
Well, I mean, we fought about it, but we'd have fought about something.
I noticed that most of your social interactions tend to devolve into arguments or you being annoyed with someone.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's why I wondered, why did you want me to be more social? I mean, did you think I wasn't getting annoyed enough?
Well, you know, a lot of people get a great deal of emotional support and comfort from social interactions.
Well, I'm not antisocial. I mean, I don't care if other people do it. It's none of my business.
Have you been drinking?
No, I haven't had a drink since my wife left me.
Is that when you hit rock bottom?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I just didn't need to drink anymore.
All right, we're done here.